quite asleep yet up there, are you? Is there too much noise in the brain? Are the sounds from outside keeping you up? Or is it that shadow on the wall? The one opposite the window? I see it too. Those trees outside and the moonlight, they can do weird things with shadows. They can even cast shadows that look like people. Well, maybe not people. Humans, I mean. Beings with arms and legs and heads and such. Oh, am I making you nervous with all this talk of shadows? Such was not my intent. At least, I don't think it was. Sometimes I can't tell. So, is that shadow on the wall bothering you? I can make it go away if you want. I think I will anyway. I don't like how the eyes keep looking at me. There now. See how the light from outside is fading? Clouds moving across the sky to cover the moon. It's getting darker, much darker now. No more shadows on the wall. Just darkness. That's a lot better, isn't it? I think so too. I'm going to get up and stretch for a bit. I like being under your bed and all, but there's only room for me to stay curled and scrunched up under there. I can't really stretch my legs out under there. And sometimes I need to stretch up, really stand up straight and wave my arms about. You know the feeling, right? Okay. I'm going to try to do this without moving your bed too much. Sorry if I shake you around a bit. Oh, that feels so much better. My lower set of shoulders were starting to cramp up. Hey, I know it's dark in here, and your eyes don't work worth a damn without any light to see by. But why do you keep looking around? Aren't you supposed to be trying to sleep? Oh, right. Sometimes I forget that you can actually hear me when you're awake. Sorry about that. There's no point in trying to see me, though. It won't work. You won't be able to see me. No, I mean you really won't be able to see me. A good part of what defines me as an entity is the fact that you can't see me. Even if you were to turn on the light, which I would not be thrilled about at all, your mind won't allow you to see me. All you'd be able to perceive is a really dark place where something might be, or might have been. Because the moment you turn on the light, I am hauling my ass back under that bed. Yeah, light is not my thing. Don't like it. Really, it's better that way. You can't see in the dark, and you can't actually see me in any case. So why worry? And it's not like I'm going to do anything horrible to you. I'm an under-the-bed monster, not a reach-out-and-grab-you monster. I just like to hang out. Mostly under the bed, but sometimes I like to get out and move around. Like now. Hey, one of your blankets looks like it's about to go for a walk. Just hold still a second while I pull it back up onto the bed for you. That's better now, isn't it? We don't want you getting a chill. You know, you've pretty much lost that sleepy face look most people get when they wake up for a minute or two. Are you thinking, perhaps, that you might be up for a bit? That happens sometimes. I really do hope it wasn't my shifting about under the bed that woke you. I see your hand moving toward that light switch. Don't you do it. We just talked about this. I don't like light, and you can't see me anyway, and I'm not going to do anything to you. That's right. Hands off the light switch, and nobody gets unnerved or mildly inconvenienced. If it makes you feel any better, I'll move over here, in the corner, a bit farther away from the bed. Is that better? You look a bit more relaxed already. See? It's not so bad having an unseeable demon in the room with you. And really, I'm one of the least offensive types that might take a notion to intrude upon your sleeping time. Have you ever been troubled by sleep paralysis? Waking up in the middle of the night and finding yourself unable to move, and maybe seeing some sort of entity in your room, perhaps perched on the foot of your bed and staring at you? I've never experienced it myself, as I don't really sleep. But I've spoken with a number of humans who have had the experience, and they are none of them fans of it. They say it's like waking up dead, and the thing on the bed watching them makes it even worse. And sometimes it will talk to them. Sometimes it even climbs onto them and sits there, staring and talking. Those are mostly the smaller ones, though. Some sleep paralysis demons are a lot bigger. Some even taller than me. Those types usually just stand at the foot of the bed and stare. Usually. Hey, there's a bunch of loose change all over the floor here. I think I'll gather it all up for you. That way you can use it later without having to hunt all over for it. Some of these coins, I'll bet you wouldn't even see for weeks. They're all over the place. that's all of them. I'll just drop them in a pile here, next to your shoes. Oh, no need to thank me. I was just bored and fidgeting. There comes the moonlight again. I thought I fixed that. At least the light isn't coming into this corner. More cloud cover is needed. A good, solid, overcast sky. Whew. That's better. Yes, like I said, I really don't like light. Indoor lighting, even those little glowy bathroom night lights, I don't like them. Moonlight, automobile headlights, the occasional idiot with a flashlight looking around in places they shouldn't be. And you can forget about sunlight. Whoever originally decided that sunlight was going to be a thing, they ought to be dragged out into the street and nibbled to death by mice. Well, maybe not. I know the sun is necessary to life on the earth and all that scientific noise. But just thinking about sunlight now is making me uneasy. Now, a night out under the stars, with no moon. That's different. There's a lot of light from the stars, but somehow that doesn't bother me. I like to go roving about on nights like that. There are so many wonderful things to see on such a night. Was that your stomach growling just now, or mine? I think it was me. Yes, I do believe I'm feeling a bit snackish. No, do not look so afraid, human. I think we've already established quite clearly that I'm not going to do anything to you. Just relax. I'm just going to go look around in the kitchen. Do you want anything while I'm in there? I can bring you back a snack. No need for you to move so much as a toe out from under the covers. Okay, I'm going to open the door and head for the kitchen. If you hear any noises coming from elsewhere in the house, that's me. I do hope you turned off the rest of the lights before you went to bed. Kitchen, kitchen. Where is the kitchen? This is not the kitchen. Did you know that there are centipedes in your bathroom? The really fast, wriggly kind. The ones that move in such a way that it's hard to look directly at them. Oh, they're mostly harmless. Just a little startling is all. Ah, found the kitchen. Creature. If I ever find this bastard. No, don't get up. Everything's fine in here. Well, no. Everything is not fine. I forgot that your refrigerator has one of those stupid lights that comes on when you open it. It scared the soul vapors right out of me. I'm going to unplug the refrigerator while I'm looking around in here. I promise I'll remember to plug it back in when I'm done. You ever get hungry in the middle of the night then you go looking for food and nothing actually looks appetizing? I'm having that problem right now. Problem solved. I'm plugging the refrigerator back in now. Okay. That's all taken care of. I found a jar of pickles to munch on. I also took the liberty of pouring a glass of milk for you. I've placed it on the floor, right up against the wall, and just out of reach from the bed. You'll have to reach and stretch just a bit to find it, but you won't knock it over while doing so. And I'll go back over here in the corner. Oh, yes. These are just the thing I was craving. Sweet, yet sour, and oh, so very crunchy. You know, there are so many different types of human food. I would almost be tempted to say that the different kinds of foods and dishes and meals you humans make outnumber even the kinds and types of demons who enjoy them. I couldn't even begin to tell you all the different demons I know of who come to the human world just to get some of their favorite foods. Me, I'm a fan of cold, sour stuff and of steamed dumplings, almost any type. I love dumplings. These pickles will definitely do for now. That reminds me of something funny that happened to me once. There was this house, absolutely full of people, having a party with loads and loads of Chinese takeout food. And someone had gone to bed early. Naturally, it was the someone whose bed I had chosen to lurk under that night. Anyway, right after they went to sleep, the power went out, and the whole house went completely dark. I'd been smelling those dumplings for long enough already, and when the lights went out, I scrambled out from under the bed and went through the whole house as fast as I could, and snatched up every last dumpling in the place. Grabbed them all up and scurried right back under the bed. The power came back on a few minutes later, and let me tell you, there were some extremely confused people in that house, if the sound was anything to judge by. I didn't much care, though. The person in the bed above me was sound asleep, and I had my armload of dumplings to eat. It was a good night. And speaking of sleeping people, you're starting to look more than a little sleepy yourself again. Yes, just settle back down under the covers and relax. And me, I'm going to squeeze myself back under the bed. I've got to be elsewhere soon. I'll take this jar of pickles with me. No sense in leaving it out for you to trip over in the morning. Okay, I'm all squeezed in and out of sight. No need to keep looking around and wondering where I am. Hey, do you remember that pair of pants you were looking for last week? I think I found them under here. I'm going to push them out onto the floor where you can find them in the... Whoa, sweet jumping giblets. I don't mean to cause you any undue alarm. Not when you're trying to get back to sleep and all. But when I moved those pants, I uncovered what has got to be the biggest freaking spider I have ever seen under a bed. Oh man, this thing is huge. I think you could charge it for rent. In fact, you might want to talk to it about rent. Because it just moved over to the wall and it is now climbing up in the general direction of your pillow. Yeah, I'm just going to go and be elsewhere now. You two have a good night.